Cloak of Flame, Silk Robe, Body Armor. Energy Shield 61. Requires level 22, 47 intelligence, plus 33% to fire resistance, 44% reduced ignite duration on you, 40% of physical damage taken as fire damage, 25 to 35 fire thorns damage. Gonna check out what the AI is gonna say about building around this item. Let's see how that goes.
Okay, folks, get ready. Because today we are diving deep into something pretty incredible.
Deep diving.
That's right. We're going deep.
Love it.
This time, it is the Cloak of Flame.
Ooh, spice.
Yeah, from Path of Exile 2.
Good one.
And this is not just your average armor.
Oh, no.
It's a unique silk robe. And it is practically built to make you think about...
It screams build.
It does.
Yeah.
It screams build a character around me.
For sure.
So we've got excerpts and descriptions, all sorts of details.
Game descriptions, player guides.
It's a whole 9 yards.
That's right.
And our mission is to figure out how this thing
How to make it work.
can turn you into a
fiery.
total force of destruction. So where do we even start with this thing?
I think what's fascinating is that just looking at the item itself, it really suggests a play style. Before you even consider the other gear or skills that you would use with it.
Right.
It's like the item itself is whispering, embrace the flames.
Yeah, and it starts with a pretty serious intelligence requirement. 47.
47 intelligence.
That's not for just anybody.
It's not for your average strength build.
No. This is for the mages.
Yeah, the spellcasters.
The sorcerers, the people who like to burn things from afar.
From a distance, yes.
Yeah.
Stay far away from the danger.
Like a classic fire mage.
Exactly.
Right.
Like a classic fire mage, but there's a twist.
Okay.
The cloak converts 40% of physical damage that you take into fire damage.
Now, that sounds dangerous.
It could be dangerous, but you have to think of it this way. You're mitigating a weakness, but you're also amplifying a strength.
Okay, but wouldn't that make you super vulnerable to fire-based enemies?
That's where strategic thinking comes in.
Yeah.
Fire resistance becomes absolutely crucial. You're playing with fire literally, so you need to be prepared to handle the heat. But think about the potential for us. Imagine facing a horde of melee attackers, each strike fueling your own fiery power.
Oh no, that's a visual. I like it. And speaking of fiery defenses, this next bit is where I really got excited. Thorns damage 25 to 35.
Yeah.
So not only is some physical damage turning into fire damage, but you're also reflecting that fire damage back at anybody who dares to strike you.
I love, it's like this fiery aura surrounding you, burning any enemy that gets too close. And the beauty of Thorns is that it can be further enhanced through the passive skill tree. You could build a character that is practically untouchable, a walking inferno.
Okay, so we've got defense. Let's talk about offense.
Yeah.
What kind of fiery destruction
Fire damage.
are we talking about?
Well, the cloak synergizes beautifully with a whole arsenal of fire-based skills.
Okay.
Take Fireball, for example.
Oh, yeah, the classic.
The classic. Now, Fireball is already a great skill, but imagine it with the added damage from the cloak's conversion. You're talking about a serious punch, especially against groups of enemies.
And then there's Firestorm. I can already picture it raining down fiery death from a bug, clearing entire areas with ease. It's like calling down a meteor shower.
It is
Only much more controlled.
much more controlled. And for those who prefer a more focused approach, there's Flame Blast.
Okay.
A channeled beam of intense fire, perfect for burning down tough enemies or bosses.
So we've got the big explosions.
Yes.
We've got the kind of concentrated beams.
Right.
Is there anything a little more tactical?
Absolutely. The Cloak of Flame also plays incredibly well with skills like Flame Wall.
Okay.
Imagine setting up a wall of fire that not only damages enemies, but also empowers your projectiles. Talk about a tactical advantage.
I'm seeing it. I'm setting up a flame wall and then launching like a barrage of fireballs through it for that extra boost.
Oh, I love it.
What about rolling magma?
Rolling magma.
This sounds fun.
It is a fun skill. Rolling magma bounces around, exploding on impact, and gets even more explosive when it passes through a flame wall. You could build a character who's constantly on the move, creating fiery chaos wherever they go.
I like it. But wait, there's more.
There's always more.
This one seems a little more
strategic.
Yeah.
Volcano sits in place, dealing damage over time, but when you use a slam skill nearby, it erupts.
Oh, wow.
Encouraging a more coordinated playstyle, thinking about positioning and timing to maximize your damage output.
Man, this cloak is making me rethink my whole approach to the game.
It is a build-defining item for sure.
But before we get too carried away, let's talk about Ignite.
Yes.
The cloak reduces Ignite duration. And I know Ignite is a big deal in Path of Exile too.
Ignite is a very powerful damage over time effect, but it can be a little bit slow by reducing its duration. The cloak encourages a more burst-focused playstyle. You're sacrificing a little bit of longevity for a quicker, more intense burn.
So wouldn't that make it less effective against bosses?
That's a great point. It's all about choosing the right tools for the job against a boss. You might favor a skill like Flame Blast for sustained damage, but against a horde of smaller enemies, Ignite with a reduced duration could be devastating.
So it's all about strategy and adapting to the situation.
Absolutely.
And speaking of adapting, let's not forget about support gems.
Support gems.
These things are like the spice rack
And they are
of your skills,
the spice rack of Path of Exile.
allowing you to customize them however you want.
To your heart's content,
Yes.
support gems are where the real build crafting magic happens. You can add extra damage, pierce resistances, focus your elemental power, even manipulate the duration of effects like Ignite.
So with the Cloak of Flame, we could use something like added fire damage support
Yeah.
to really crank things up, right?
Picked up the heat.
And fire penetration support to make sure
through those resistances.
that our flames are burning through even the toughest enemies.
Precisely. And for those who want to go all in on fire damage, elemental focus support removes the chance of inflicting other elements, maximizing your fire output, or you could use swift affliction support to really make Ignite hit hard and fast.
And we can mix and match up to 5 of these per skill.
That's right.
It's amazing.
It's a lot of possibilities.
The possibility.
It can be overwhelming.
I know it's a lot.
Yeah.
So one item, the Cloak of Flame, and we've already uncovered this whole world of strategic possibilities. It makes you realize
Depth.
there's so much depth to this game.
There is.
It's incredible.
It's a very deep game. So now I want to ask you,
Yes.
given everything we've discussed, what kind of character would you build around the Cloak of Flame? What unique combination of skills and support gems would you use to unleash fiery havoc on your enemies?
I know, I'm already itching to try out some of these ideas.
Yeah, get in there.
So get out there, experiment, explore, and as always,
Keep those flames burning.
keep those flames burning.
Yeah.
That's it for this deep dive, folks.
Until next time.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.